Hello. After the massive success Tackling Minds has had this week with winning the Angling Times National Angling Award for Wellbeing, we thought things couldn't get any better, but just to put the icing on the cake for the end of the year, we're going to be announcing our new ambassador. He needs no introduction, but I'm going to anyway. So I'll introduce you to Ricky Hatton, Ricky the Hitman Hatton, former 4-time world champion. Ricky, thank you.
No, my pleasure. Yeah, I think it's the story's been told on me and the problems I've had and gone through with mental health. So I'm all for this. I see this as much as my job as the holding the pads for the boxers are trained these days now as much. And congratulations on your award. You know, when you think, you've not even been up 12 months yet and you've already, getting awards for what you're doing. It's going in the right direction, and I'm proud to be associated with it.
Yeah, and again, thank you so much. It is overwhelming and amazing. So, do you want to just explain us how it came about me asking you to become ambassador?
Well, obviously we've got mutual friends, haven't we, Dave? And you had your own problems with your addiction and your drink, and and it was I think it was played a major part of you getting through it. Once you get through the initial problem of your mental health and knowing that you've got the mental health, then you've got to find things and stuff to do on a daily basis for you to get through it on a daily basis. Because I mean, you got yourself, credit to you, got yourself back on the mend, up and that. But then you've got to stay there, where you got to, haven't you? You've got to stay there now on a regular basis. And I just said to you, didn't I? I said, well, listen, I said, what I do with my mental health is I go to the gym, I hit the punch bag, you know what I mean? I do my training, get, let some endorphins off, let a bit of tension off, and just physical activity. Just, it keeps the mind busy, it keeps the body busy, and that's where your idea has come to do it through fishing. Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's the same whether it be boxing, whether it be fishing. Get out there and get doing something.
And I remember the first time I did tell you about it, and I did say about the fishing, how beneficial it's been for my mental health and stuff. And you always remember you saying, it's putting your mind to something else, putting your mind to that different output, be it fishing, boxing, football, whatever it is. Keep that mind occupied.
Yeah. Well, ultimately, if you're having problems and you really are struggling, medication 9 times out of 10 has to come your way with what we've got. But I think the best medicine you'll get is physical activity. To be honest with you, I mean, I used to do fishing many moons ago, and I tell you, there's nothing. I used to go with all my mates. We used to get up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, get in a taxi with our baskets and our rods and everything like that. Get there, and it was brilliant. And to be honest, when you get a bite and you hook one and you're fighting for it and it'll take you in the reeds, and then to finally get it, when you're landing there and get it on the bank side, there's no better feeling. Yeah, exactly. And that's what the people need to grasp. You can either do something like that or come in the gym and do a few rounds of boxing, or go sit in the fresh air, sit on the bank, reel in a few big fish and everything like that, or you can sit on the settee and feel sorry for yourself. Which one's going to help? Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, so but it's easy done, because I remember coming out of my own recovery from alcohol detox, and I was in that position where I was, I'd say to the point I was a bit of a recluse and not getting my arse off that couch. And I knew what I needed to do, like you say, is get out of the house. But for someone who was in my position there, who hasn't particularly got that hobby or that go-to sport, what would you recommend to someone to give them that bit of encouragement to go out?
Well, it's hard, and I was there, for such a long time. Do you know what I mean? I'd just sit in the house, you know what I mean? And I was living with my ex-girlfriend at the time, and she knew my problems, and that she knew that, I had problems, but I'd shield it from her. I'd keep it away, and when she was there, but then when she'd go out, I'd be sat there crying all afternoon, and I thought, I can't go on like this. So I thought, I've got to go and speak to someone. I've got to go and talk to someone. And I tried it so many times, but then one day I went into to the doctors, to this gentleman's office, and I just fell on my knees and I said, please help me. Please help me. I said, I can't do this. Whatever I could do in the boxing ring, I said, I can't do with this problem. It's going to beat me. I'm going to kill myself. And for for someone like myself, who's like a former world champion, you know, and seen as a no-nonsense Jack the Lad type, you know, thing, to sort of like, to go and do that, I hope people appreciate what balls it took. But it was the best thing I did. It's the best thing I did, because, you know, I could move on with the rest of my life. And if I hadn't have done it and I'd have stayed where I was, I might not have been here to see, you know, Campbell go professional. You know, my granddaughter Lila be born, you know, Millie and Fern, you know, going the way they're going. I could have lost out on so much. So, you know, you've just got to swallow it and, you know, and go and speak to somebody and get it off your chest. And then once you've done that, you'll feel better for it. And then it's the day-to-day things you need to do every day to make sure, you know, you stay on that road.
Yeah. So was it yourself that sort of intervened? Nobody else, no family members, you thought, you know what, this is enough. You know, I do need professional help. I do need to go and somebody. Yeah, pretty much. They were telling me, go and see someone, and it's like, no. And it's like, for a man, or for anyone, man or a lady, but, you know, for a man, you know, and for someone like myself to go, I need some help here. I'm crying every day, I need some help. A man doesn't want to really admit that. You know what I mean? You know, so what you do, you keep it in and stuff like that. So my family and friends said, Rick, go and see someone. And I'd be like, no, I'm all right. Don't worry about it. But I wasn't all right. And when I did finally go and see someone like that, and I spilled my heart out to them, you know, I felt tenfold better, you know, and that's the start of it. And then, you know, then you can start building and getting yourself better. And I mean, you know, look at yourself, you know, look at all the things that I could have missed out, look at all the things you could have missed out on, you know, you're a father yourself now, mate. Yeah, mate. You know what I mean? And, you know, if you'd have took your own life, or you'd have stayed where you know, so you've just got to get it done. Yeah. As hard as it is, you've got to get it done. And, you know, I sympathise for everyone out there with mental health, really sympathise for you, but don't sit on your ass on the settee feeling sorry for yourself. It's only you can do it, you know. And I think as well, like these days, there's so many different people like talking about it openly, especially like in your sport. I remember as a kid, like Frank Bruno, when he came out, and you know, I think it more the media side of things, people sort of perceived him as this weirdo, didn't they? Like, and they weren't really spoken about then. And I remember growing up thinking, he's lost the plot, that guy. And then, do you know what? And I've watched many interviews of recent. You know, the way he like speaks about it and explains himself, he's just gone through what a lot of people are going through.
He's very similar with me. I do a lot of work with Frank, with the Frank Bruno Foundation, and in fact, it was about 5 or 6 weeks ago I did a sportsman's dinner with Frank, because sometimes I do sportsman's dinners with him, and seeing him in such a good, healthy place. I mean, and he goes to the gym, he keeps himself busy, you know what I mean, he does his sportsman's dinners. He even came down here to the gym with me and did a bit of a pad session not too long back, because you know, we've been there, we've done it, and he's of the same opinion. I think Frank won't mind me for saying he got sectioned a little bit, and he felt because he was having medication, but medication only just sealed over all the cracks, you know. Eventually, once the medication wears off, you're still stuck with where you're stuck. And Frank is a firm believer of doing it through boxing, you know, and that's why when you put the idea to me, it was like, because I think I must have said to you, well, I do it through boxing. If I'm having a bad day, I go to the gym, you know, hit the bag a little bit, or I go for a run, or do like that. And your passion is fishing, and it does exactly the same. Exactly the same. And it's done well for Frank, it's done well for me, it's done well for you, and if it's done well for us, then it will do well for you as well.
Yeah, too right. And there's nothing better, you know, like when I'm having my really shit days, I know full well just getting out on the bank, if it's with a couple of mates, if it's with getting out with the groups and the volunteers, just being out in the open, just having a chat, even, you know, it's going for people who've been through the same shit as what I've been through, and just getting it off your chest, like you say. And there's nothing better than being able to actually just speak about it to somebody.
You know as well as me, when it was bad, it was bad. You know, really, you know, wanted to kill myself. Really, it was absolutely, you know, terrible. And just that's why I try and do so much for the mental health, whether it be now with Tackling Minds or the Frank Bruno Foundation or my motivational speaking, which I go here and there to speak about it. Then, you know, I think to myself, if these there's people out there in the same position where I was, or where we was, a few years ago, and I feel, having been there myself, I feel a need to help. I feel a need to go in there and tell them, what to do in order to help. And if there's, if there's one, even one person that's, takes on board what we're saying here today by listening to the video, it's been worthwhile. I consider it, as much as my job as anything. I was a boxer, now I'm a boxing trainer and that. But I mean, if sometimes when I put a video on my Instagram, and or you put a video in like this, and you get like the comments that come down, oh, that's helped me so much, Ricky. That's better than winning. It's like winning a world title, like that. Knowing that you might have helped someone or saved someone. That's what it's all about, and I think you feel the same, Dave.
Yeah, 100%. So, just rounding up now then. So, if it was anybody who's actually like watching this now, going through their own shit, having a difficult time, they've not got the confidence to really give themselves that kick up the arse to go and speak to someone. What would you say? What advice would you say to, there's a way out of this?
I think you've just got to, you've got to, you think the bad days are going to last forever and everything, and I mean, it was well documented how bad I was. It was in the paper for everyone to see. It was heartbreaking for me, for my family to see me go through all that. But if you sat there and you probably, you feel exactly like I felt on what I was doing. There is a way back from it. There is a way back from it, but there's only you can do it. You know what I mean? People said to me, Ricky, you go and see someone, do this, do that, do the other. And I didn't for so long. But when I finally got me backside off that couch, life is so good. I think when I come to work in this nice gym every day, do you know what I mean? And I see my grandkids and I see my kids and I see Campbell box professional and everything like that. I mean, just Muhammad Ali, my hero, he opened this gym for me. Do you know what I mean? When he said, I went and did a talk at Old Trafford when he come up last time he came over to Britain, and he said, oh, I'd like to repay you, Ricky. I said, oh, I don't want anything. I'm just happy to meet the man. He said, oh, well, can we open your gym for you? I believe you've opened up a new gym. And there's so many, met me hero, Muhammad Ali. There's so many things I'd have lost out on if I hadn't just, got off my backside and throw it. And listen, we're talking there about Frank Bruno. Tyson Fury has also been well documented of the problems that he's had. Look at Tyson now, guys. He's the heavyweight champion of the world. Yeah. Look at Frank Bruno, he's on the straight and narrow. I'm on the straight and narrow. Dave's been there and do it. It works, but there's only you can do it.
Do you know, like with Tyson, and obviously I know you was in his corner and training with him when he was over in Vegas for the Wilder fight. I know you are close, but like, your conversations, did you talk about your own mental health and stuff like that? You two?
Absolutely. I mean, I was one that, I think lots of people helped Tyson, and I had my, little whisper in his ear, here and there. But when I just come out of my difficult my problems, I was just getting back I was up on the straight and narrow. And then when I go into Manchester, Tyson was in the thick of it, where he was about 23 stone, you know what I mean? And just really in such a, in a bad place. And bit by bit, I can't say it was me that put him on the right road, but I think it's everyone just telling him, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. He must have got that sick of it. He went and did it in the end. It was heartbreaking to see him, and I know I'd been there, and people look at me because I was a world champion, and they know I've been there. It's been well documented, and they look where I am now. So hopefully, you'll take the advice on board and do what we say.
So just once again, just thanks for wanting to get on board, and I know it's going to resonate with a lot of people who'll be listening to this, and just to again get you on board. I think it just shows how serious tackling minds are in making a difference and wanting to help as many people as possible.
Yeah, it is, and just how popular it's become, tackling minds, in less than 12 months with the recent award that you've just won. That's that just shows you how many people in that short space of time it's already hit.
Yeah.
It's hit home to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So so that speaks volumes for me. And if there's anyone out there with the problems, I hope we've helped you today. And that's what you've got to do. You've just got to get off your backside. You've got to do it. You know, don't be scared of opening your heart to someone. And because I did, it's the best thing I did, and life's good, as I think Dave will agree with us.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so nice one, mate. Thank you so much.
Pleasure, mate.
Yeah,
Look forward to it.
Yeah, so we'll definitely get a few events. We'll have to get you down to a couple of sessions at some point, and yeah, introduce you to a few of the lads as well.
Absolutely. I've not been fishing for a bit. I used to love it when I was a kid.
Well,
absolutely love it.
Back, I know we've got to round it up again there, but just how did you get involved in the Ali Hamidi programme there? That's a great story in itself.
Yeah, well, I've been friends with Ali for a number of years now, but he was friends with mutual friends of mine who were massively into his fishing. And one of my friend's sons was massively into it. And Ali said to me, he said, Ricky, do you want to come on the show? And I said, well, I said, I am absolutely chock-a-block. I'm doing, guest speaking and motivational speaking. My lads are fighting and I'm trying to see the kids and everything like that. It's hard to just juggle it in like that. And I was out with my mate Simon, whose son Luke was and Luke was out, and he went, you know Ali? Do you know Ali? I went, yeah, I do, yeah. He's asking me to go on the show. He went, oh, go on it, Ricky, please go on it. So he ended up going on it through, for Luke more than anything. But there's nothing better than fishing. You're being out there, and and it's like a boxers, look forward to fighting at Madison Square Garden or Las Vegas or this venue or a different venue. It's like that with fishing, isn't it? Each lake or pond or where you go presents a different task and a different problem where you've got to get your mind, set on your game plan and everything like that. That's what things you've got to do. You've got to think stuff that makes you happy and just keeps the mind occupied. And fishing, you can't get better for it,
Yeah, right, nice one, mate, honestly. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Cheers.